Is he gone yet? Is he gone? Oh gosh. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Broketv123. My name's Rome, and this is unedited, unscripted, unsponsored, and whatever. It's raw. Anyway, we're going to talk about some horror films. Raise your hand if you like horror films. Raise your hand if you like the old horror films, like from the 80s and 90s. So this is going to be like a two-part thing, probably more. I'm not sure. We'll see, because I got a good list, and these are like movies that I have seen or mostly seen, and probably watch them over and over. They're just my favorite. It's just my opinion. So here we go. And he's not in order or anything. Cabin in the Woods. It's about a group of kids. They go to a cabin in the woods, and there's like this huge twist to it that I didn't even see it coming. I mean, they got me. I thought your boy that played Thor, Chris, whatever, I thought he was the main character like the whole time. Nope. Homeboy gets on the motorcycle, hits the wall, and just, okay, I guess he's out. That was quick. Anyway, Cabin Fever. Cabin Fever was a group of kids going to a cabin. What's up with cabins, man? Stay away from cabins. Anyway, they go there and they contract a virus. Starts, like, their skin starts coming off their body, and they shoot blood and all kinds of stuff. It's nasty, man. It's like bleh. But it's really good. And what is up with the little kid doing all the kung fu and whatnot? He's like, why? And pancakes and all that. Like, what the heck, man? And what was up with the box? If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The box. They never said what was in the box. They just had this little box, and they were carrying, and not the kids, the townspeople. Anyway, let me know that in the comments, like, heck, what it was. So I have box sets of Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know if I have any more, but I've only seen the original and the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I haven't seen any other ones. I need to sit down and watch them while I still have a DVD player. Well, Jessica Biel, that's the only thing I remember about the remake. What's up? What's up, Jessica? Anyway, so the Halloween movies, Michael Myers, I've only seen part 3. Never seen any other ones. I know what it is. I know what it's about and everything. It's about a guy who don't freaking die. He's a serial killer. Get in his way, he'll hack you to death. Basically, it's basically it, right? But I need to sit down and watch those. Let's see what else. Ghost Ship. So Ghost Ship is a ship that's out in the middle of the ocean, and that's what they call a ghost ship. Like, it's unmanned, I guess, or whatever, just sitting there. So these people were hired to go get it, bring it back. They were salvagers, basically, or whatever. But there's this huge twist. They don't call it ghost ship for nothing. That's one of my favorite on my favorite lists, like small list, whatever. Yep. Christine. Now, with all the Stephen King movies, I haven't seen all of them. I've never watched The Shining. Probably because they said it was like really long, and I'm like, do I really want to sit that long through a freaking movie, man? But they say it's really good. I mean, I've seen like the main parts, you know, the hair, Johnny, and all that stuff where he breaks through the door and all that. But anyway, Christine is about a car that is possessed. This kid gets it, fixes it up and whatnot. The car basically, they fall in love with each other or something like that. Anyway, they wreak havoc. Pet Sematary. One of my favorite horror films of all time. That is definitely on my list. It's about this family moves in a house. There's a pet cemetery right behind their house. People just bury their cats and dogs and goldfish and whatnot. But behind that pet cemetery is another cemetery, an actual, real Indian burial ground. And if you ever heard the stories of Indian burial grounds, it's like you don't mess around those. I've heard creepy stories and stuff like that. I have Indians in my past, in my family, and everything. It's probably where I get my long hair from. Cherokee. But anyway, you don't bury something in an Indian burial ground. If you do, you're going to ask for demons to come back. The Exorcist. It's where a little girl, and basically this is based on a true story from what I've heard. And it's probably happened more than once. Anyway, this girl, she plays with a Ouija board. She gets possessed, and then next thing you know, she's got a demon in her and everything. And the preacher and the preacher's assistant come in there, and they try to get the demon out of her. It's an exorcism. They've got several exorcism movies. One of the other ones I think of is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Really creepy movie. The Blob, but the one from, they made it several times, the one from like the 80s, that one was like, and that was gruesome, creepy. Piranha. I will never set foot in a creek bed again. Lake, I don't care what it is. Nope. If you know what a piranha is, look it up. Piranha. It's an actual fish. But somebody turned into a horror film where them suckers attack everybody that go into the water and everything. And I know they got newer movies like Piranha 3D and all that, and they come out of the water and they can fly or something. I don't know. People getting stupid. Oh, God. Waxwork 1 and 2. Great movies. Just got that 80s vibe, man, you know? These kids, group of kids, it's always a group of kids. Kids, stay out of groups. Stay away from groups. But anyway, these group of kids, they're invited to this party apparently or something like that at a wax museum. When they go inside, the curator there, whatever, the guy running the show or whatever, he shows them, like, you know, each of them, like, hey, look at this one, hey, look at this one. Anyway, he singles them out and like pushes them into the wax work thing set up right there, and they actually become part of that and everything. Really cool. Really good special effects. Yeah, loved it. Let me back up. There's a movie called House of Wax. Really good horror film also. These kids, once again, they're in a group, and I think they were like going from A to B, and their car runs down or something like that. Anyway, they got to get out and walk, and they find this little town, and there's an actual house in the town that's actually made of wax. Well, what they find out though is that there's only like 1 or 2 people there that are actually alive, and it's creepy. It's so creepy. What is it about wax? I went to a wax museum one time, I think down at Myrtle Beach. It's freaky stuff, man. But it's cool though at the same time. It's like very intriguing. Anyway, let's see where we are. Okay, House on Haunted Hill. So they originally made one. I talked about this in one of my older videos, but since we're on films, The House on Haunted Hill, they made it, I think it was in the 60s, 50s, 60s, something like that. It was okay. Had a little bit of jump scare to it, whatever. But the remake in 1999, I'll never forget, and I saw it in theaters, creeped me out. Is when they had all that fast motion stuff and everything. Jacob's Ladder is another one where they also had that fast motion. It was also a gruesome horror film. That one basically, it dealt with a guy who he was in the Vietnam War, and he came back, and then when he came back, he started seeing all kinds of weird stuff and just all kinds of weird stuff. Anyway, and there's a twist to it. Obviously, you gotta love those twists, right? I think that's what makes a really good movie, a twist. Because you go in it, you're thinking one way. Although I've gotten almost really good at them, that I can tell you what's going to happen. I mean, I'm like right there, man. I'm just like, okay, it's either going to go this way or it's going to go this way. Oh, I see. Yep. Told you. Anyway. Cujo. Yeah. They made several movies about an evil dog, but Cujo tops them all. It's about this woman. She, her and her kid. I don't remember what the plot was. Only thing I do remember was that she was going to this house. There was like this old man there, and he had this big old Saint Bernard. And the Saint Bernard got stung. No, I'm sorry. He ended up getting rabies. I think that's right. Somehow he got rabies. Anyway, that dog goes nuts. Tries to kill everybody in sight. And I mean, it's one of those, like, you're on the edge of your seat watching it. Like, oh my God. And she's trapped in her car, and her son's sitting there. They're all burning up in the car. It's like 1,000 degrees in the car, and they're just, it's very, like, nail biting. I don't know if I can actually watch it again. I'll tell you how good it is right there. So all right, so we're gonna come back around for part 2 of horror films. Coming right back at you. This is Broketv123. I'm Ron. See you on the flip flop.
Boy, I love horror films, but I gotta wear my brown pants every time I watch one.